All right, and welcome back to Slushie Review. I'm your host, Keith Anderson.
I'm. I wasn't expecting the pause. I thought you'd like throw it at me. And I'm your co-host, Chris Richards. Leave it in.
I don't know what to do with that.
Leave it in.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
Love it. I love it.
That's fair. Either way, so welcome back. We are going to be discussing today Suicide Squad, because I have no idea what we're going to be discussing.
Yeah, I didn't know I was the co-host for a second there, so.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. So we're going to be discussing Suicide Squad in our DCEU series. This is going to be movie number 4.
Yes.
We've done Man of Steel. We've done. I was waiting for an applause for Man of Steel.
Not for me. You will continue to wait.
So we did Man of Steel. Then we did. What did we do next? Batman versus Superman?
Afternoon of Justice.
Oh, yes. And then we did Wonder Woman. Was last week. So we will.
I'll applaud that one. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that one.
It was a good movie. Wonder Woman was good.
Batman vs Superman can get like a little golf clap for being pretty good.
Man of Steel. I love it.
Yeah.
So that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Your sentence is death.
Sentence is to watch Man of Steel.
All right.
That would take death.
So Suicide Squad. Let's see. Like I said, it's part 4. Let's go with the plot. Young Chris, young co-host. If you didn't know, now you know.
Oh, well, all right. So the movie, unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately. That's not a spoiler. That's not a giveaway.
Not a
how
giveaway.
I feel about this movie.
No clue.
All right. Suicide Squad is Superman's dead. In the wake of Superman's death, someone decides, what if another Superman shows up? Someone in the government decides, what if another Superman shows up? We need a way to deal with him. So let's wrangle up a bunch of nobodies, who, some of which have no abilities, and put them in a team. And if they can't do the thing we assign them to do, we blow their fucking heads off with, like, what is it, little bombs or little chips in their necks.
Yeah, something like that.
And they are our, what is it? If they do the job, they do the job, and they don't get credit for it. If they fail the job, they're the scapegoat.
Yeah, that's
for
what
whatever goes wrong. Yeah. Doesn't sound, there's nothing suspicious going on there. So they get some known characters, Harley Quinn, Killer Croc, Deadshot, and then some lesser known to unknown characters, Captain Boomerang, El Diablo,
Yep.
Slipknot, pointless.
Who was that?
He was the chief guy.
Oh, is that his name?
The dude who, God, we'll get to him.
Yeah.
He's going to get his.
Yeah, he definitely got
his.
He definitely
he's
got
going to get his from us.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Or more specifically from me.
Yes.
For being stupid.
Because I just thought he was pointless.
Exactly.
Which is the reason what I think
Let's just do it now. He was fucking dumb. Everybody got their backstory. Everybody got a little intro.
Mm-hmm.
Even the much cooler character, Katana,
oh yeah,
who got introduced after him,
Yep.
got a little backstory intro thing. He got nothing.
He got nothing.
He got out of a fucking van with some zip ties on. Like, oh, the man who can climb anything.
He punched somebody too.
Yeah,
he punched that chick.
He punched somebody, and the man who can climb anything, because that's a power that no one else can do. And then
It's like David Blaine.
And he was the first one. Well, he was the only one to try to make a run for it, and he gets his head blown off.
Yep.
He was there. I mean, I get it. He was there to be the one to show, like, oh, we can actually do it.
Right.
Because at the end of the movie, they can be like, oh, well, the real bombs in our necks were the friends we made along the way. We're never going to kill any of it. Instead, they're like, let's introduce a pointless character and fucking do it just to show that we could. But let's also not give him any intro or backstory because so he really won't care when we kill him.
Fair.
Dumb.
That was dislike number 1.
Hey, it's dislike number 0.
-1.
Yeah, of 3. So, or one of four, however you want to number them.
Okay.
There's the plot,
Okay.
basically. Oh no, that's some of it.
Some of it.
It's the general overview. We'll get to the rest, I think.
Sure.
And some dislikes. Who's in this?
All right, for the cast.
Who's in this damn movie?
Let's go with the main players. Will Smith is Deadshot.
Yes.
He was top billing. He was the, he was the main reason why this movie probably got made, honestly, because Will Smith attached a name to it. Second fiddle, maybe. Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Was Harley Quinn. Harley Quinzel. And
I thought you said Harley Quinn there for a second.
Also,
I was gonna like, here. Didn't like her.
So Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie of Wolf of Wall Street fame, another top billing person. So everybody was interested in that. We also have Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. She's the one who tasked to get this group together. She was a government agent. I don't even know what she was really, but
she was hard.
She was a beast. She was gangster.
She was hard as fuck in this movie.
That's what Will Smith called her, Deadshot. He's like, yeah, that's gangster shit. And he was right. Let's see. There was also Jared Leto. He was the Joker. He was the new Joker. Let's see.
Yes, he was.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that's worth mentioning.
There's no other, to me, like, huge names in it.
No.
But I recognized him in it, and he's now since, like, been in more things. David Harbour.
Yes.
Who's I know from Stranger Things, and I didn't see if he was in the Hellboy remake, and he's going to be in the Black Widow movie, which we already don't care about, apparently.
Same, I don't.
I mostly knew him from Stranger Things.
His name was Tolliver. In this movie, his name was Dexter Tolliver.
Oh, okay, that's his last name.
Yeah. I didn't make it better with Dexter, but okay.
I mean, I'd rather be named Dexter than Tolliver for a first name.
I guess that's fair.
Call me Oliver.
Yeah, also. The guy, Ike Barinholtz. He's been in a lot of things. He's a comedic character in this movie. But he's like an officer. The Joker kind of like uses him to get to Harley Quinn, etc., etc.
Yeah, the piece of shit security guard.
Yeah, pretty much. One thing we didn't say though was that all this team of characters they were all criminals.
We didn't say that, did we?
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the one thing that's different from every other DC movie was that this is just a team. This movie is a team of criminals. So this is more of an anti-hero story, and they're used to save the day. So yeah, that's really honestly all that matters. Some of the other characters, not necessarily cast because I don't really care. Like you said, El Diablo.
Rick's pretty cool.
Yeah, he was cool. I actually really did like him. Who else was it?
Rick Flag.
Yeah, I didn't know if his name was Rick or not. I was looking it up. Rick Flag. He's actually a really big character in the DC comics. I didn't know that until after I watched this.
I didn't know that honestly.
Yeah, he does a lot of things for the DC comics, I guess. So he's really prominent, and that's why they used him as the main character in the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you also have Killer Croc. You have Enchantress, who's her real name is June Moon, which I thought was weird.
Katana, she was fucking cool.
Katana was sweet. Common the rapper, he was in this.
Who was he?
He was a guy who the Joker was trying to have.
Oh, is he the dude with all the face tattoos and all the piercings?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's a really big, I don't want to say big actor, but he's been on so many things. Even though he's a rapper, like people, they actually respect him for his work because he's been in a lot. Like he was in American Gangster. What else was he? He was he in ATL? Oh, he was in ATL. He was in. Is it called Snake? No, not Snake Eyes. Shoot. What's that HBO show with like the four like superstars? The one guy was like a superstar, and then he had his like merry band of friends with him. Entourage. What's comment? He wasn't in that, but what's the main agent's name? That guy, Jeremy Piven.
Okay.
There was a movie, Smoking Aces. Common was in that. He was
Okay.
that was a really big movie for him. That was like one of his first movies. Smoking Aces is such a great movie. But either way, it's just about assassins trying to assassinate one person, and there's like 12 of them, so they kind of have to take each other out too. So either way, but yeah, so yeah, that's the cast of Suicide Squad. And if it sounds like a lot of people, it is.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let's get into some likes.
Oh.
Same. Let's get into.
You want to go first?
Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
Let me go first because I do have a couple.
I have a couple.
Yeah, I have a couple.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this to be honest with you, my likes make. How can I say this? They don't make the movie seem good.
The likes don't make the movie seem good?
No, not at all.
I can't wait to hear what the dislikes do for this movie.
Well,
Let's start it up.
Let me take a sip of my Slushie. Brought to you by the Young Speedway. Sponsor Speedway.
Hey. Give us some points at least.
At least some points so we can. I can't believe, honestly, I didn't want to say it while we were there, but that one guy, it wasn't his fault, but it was, 1,250 points for
a 99-cent
I was
Slushie.
like, my God.
That's not even a cent a point.
I was like, this is okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, whatever, no big deal. It was
like
fun.
it's not the Speedway guy's fault.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault at all, but.
Or it's not the gas station redacted guy's fault if something happens. But yeah, it wasn't his fault. But yeah, it's kind of it's not a great exchange rate.
Yeah. So either way,
neither here nor there, I guess.
My first like, I wrote down as soon as the movie came on. I did. The best part about this entire movie is the soundtrack.
God damn it.
That's it.
Ugh.
That's it. It had such good songs. Like, there were so many good songs in it that I like. Oh, that's okay.
You're not gonna like my dislike.
That's okay, because we're different people. Yeah. And that's okay, because I know one. Listen, I know one of my likes is one of your dislikes, and I know that for a fact. So.
Okay.
So.
Well, you know that now.
No, I knew that before.
Well, you definitely know it now.
Well.
The one of your likes is one of my dislikes.
Well, okay, then that makes two. Okay. So.
That's fine.
Excuse me. So the soundtrack, I loved every single song that came on. It's really a lot of popular music, and the thing about it is, I don't mind a popular music soundtrack because it gives you more. For me, it gives you like a nostalgia feeling, right? Okay. Like it gets you into the mood. You're like, okay, I can vibe to this. I can rock to this. I can sway to this. Whatever the songs may be. Like one song. Oh shoot! I wish I knew her name. But when they first showed Harley, they played "You Don't Own Me," and I forget who sings it. But the person who sings it also made "It's My Party. I Can Cry If I Want to." Okay, that's the same lady. I downloaded both songs after I watched this because I love that song. It's a great song. You Don't Own Me. It's like a 2-minute song, and it just it's I don't know. It's empowering. Maybe an empowering song to me.
Okay.
They play some Slim Shady, which was great. They play some other music that I really loved.
They played some Rolling Stones.
Which was that?
Sympathy for the Devil.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They played House of the Rising Sun, which I don't know if I forget fucking knows that. I'm not that great at the game of who sang this song.
Yep. I know songs. I don't know titles.
There was some AC/DC in there. There was they played Super Freak.
Mm-hmm.
Rick James.
Oh, what's it? The AC/DC song? What song was that? I think that was one of my.
TNT.
Yes. I love that song.
I think that's what it's called. It's either called TNT or it's called Dynamite. I don't really care for AC/DC, to be fair.
Let me tell you something about that song.
A lot of their songs sound the same to me.
That's fine. Let me tell you something about that song.
Hit it.
Oh, shoot. My mic fell.
Not literally hit
it. So, AC/DC, that song, it was either Tony Hawk or Skate 4 or Skate 3. One of the two. I think it was Skate 3 because I don't think I had Skate 4. I don't think I made one. But it was one of those two, and I played both those games. That's why I don't remember which one it was. Because when I first played those games, I didn't play another game for like 2 years. And I had those at 2 different times. Like Tony Hawk was the one, PlayStation 2 that I had in the early 2000s. Skate came out when I got my PlayStation 3, which was after 2010. So, I love that song. That song used to play every single time, all the time, and I love that song. TNT Dynamite is amazing. So, when I heard it, again, like I said, the soundtrack gives you a lot of nostalgia. And I'm like, yeah, okay. All right, this movie's still on, but okay. Okay, so that's like number one. Like number two, I wanted it to be number one. Like number two, I also wrote down as soon as the movie came on. Amanda Waller. Okay. Viola Davis is one of the best actresses ever, for sure.
Okay.
It's like her, Meryl Streep, tied. Like, no lie. Every time I see Viola Davis on the screen, I'm like, this is amazing. Like, she just gives you whatever she wants you to feel, you feel. And as Amanda Waller, like you said, she was gangster. She was tough in this movie.
Yeah.
And she didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. She didn't care. Like, she was dealing with people with superpowers, and she was like, I got a fucking gun.
Yeah.
And you're not bulletproof. Like, you got some powers, but I can still shoot you.
Yes. And
blow your head off
just
with this.
Everything that she went through. Now, here's my thing. I think she was a bad guy. I don't think she was a good guy whatsoever.
I don't know if there was a good guy in the movie by that token.
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but I mean, he was a good guy in the movie, but he wasn't like the good guy of the
No,
movie.
I see what you're saying.
I guess that's what I was saying, because he was definitely a good guy in the movie.
Yeah.
And I was happy to see him in there.
They, unfortunately, this isn't one of my dislikes, but unfortunately, they made Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and Diablo good guys in the movie. The reason why I say that is because at the beginning, Deadshot killed some snitch guy. Okay. At the end, he was only killing for righteous reasons.
Okay.
He didn't just murder people. Diablo sacrificed himself for the family. How all of a sudden they became a family, I don't know. That's not one of my dislikes either, but it should be. An hour and 20 minutes into the movie, they're like, we don't even like each other. And then an hour and 25 minutes in the movie, he's like, this is the only family I know.
I already lost one family. I'm not going to lose another one.
Fuck that, first off. So I was like, okay, cool. Whatever. Well, I wasn't cool.
But watch me turn into this sweet fucking fire skeleton monster.
Diablo was so good.
That was very cool.
He was so good.
That was very cool.
Yes. So they made him into a good guy. They made Harley Quinn into like a sob story. So not really like a good guy, but like a sob story. So again, the evil people like Captain Boomerang, he was like a criminal all throughout the movie. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So really no good guy. But Amanda Waller was trying to be a good guy, but she knew she was bad.
Yeah.
Like, not trying to be a good guy, but she was touted as a good guy because she worked for the government.
Yeah. That's automatic good guy status, right?
Yeah, right. So.
No one's ever been misled.
Right.
Lied to or.
No, not by the government.
Been deceived by the government. No one's ever had their land stolen or been wrongly imprisoned or.
They've been stolen.
Either
way.
Cooking or fucking murdered or anything.
Nothing.
Incriminated.
No, they would never.
Discriminated against.
Right. So, Viola Davis. Viola Davis is my number 2 like.
Okay. Still waiting for that third like that's going to be one of my dislikes.
So, this I have 2 more likes.
Oh, you have 4 likes.
So, here's the thing. I wrote something down, and I don't know what it means now. So I'm reading it like I have no idea what I'm talking about as far as this 4th one.
Is it like gibberish, or
no,
is it just like you don't know the context of it?
I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you what I wrote down. I wrote down end credits.
End credits?
Oh, I think
or in credits.
End. Yeah. So I think I know what I'm talking about. So let me just go what I think I'm talking about. And I think what I really liked about the movie wasn't in the movie. Everything I liked about the movie was outside of the movie. The credits, the packaging, the posters, blah, blah, blah. Like the green that they had in every part of the movie, when they were showing the names, like Will Smith, Margot Robbie, everything was like, oh, it was like Deadshot.
Yeah.
They had bullets and
That
everything.
was cool.
Like all that, like
yeah, like all
artwork.
like the things about them, so you knew like who. If you already didn't know who the actor was,
Right.
at least like you knew who the character
Yes.
was. Okay,
I like that.
I did. Yeah, I did think that was pretty cool.
So if that's what I wrote that, so I think that's what I meant. I don't know.
I wouldn't know if you were lying to me.
Listen, I don't even know if I'm lying.
Exactly. If you don't know, what chance do I have?
So let's throw that one out, but we'll keep it. So number 3/number 4. Chris is gonna hate me.
No, it's impossible.
I don't know.
No, don't do it. I don't know what it is, but don't do it.
I liked Harley Quinn.
I'm getting up right now. You son of a gun.
You said something during the movie, and I was like, I gotta be quiet because
Son of a bitch.
I heard something, and I was like, oh, you do not like her.
No,
Okay.
not in this.
I was like, ooh. I didn't know what to say. That's why I started talking. I was just like, let me watch this movie while he talks about how he doesn't like her.
While this angry man talks to nobody.
What is it? Old white guy says?
Yeah, old white guy says. He says everything I think. It's uncanny.
Harley Quinn was actually, for me, was a good point of the movie. Reasons why. I like the fact...
I'm hanging on it.
I like the fact that first couple times you see her, not I'm gonna say the first time you see her, the first couple times you see her, she's in the black and red. What is it?
Oh, when they do the flashback
When they
thing?
do flashbacks.
Yeah.
She's in the black and red jester outfit that she wears in the cartoon.
Yep.
And then they alluded to it again after the fact, when she was getting dressed, before she put on the Little Daddy's Monsters or Daddy's Little Monsters shirt. She had the hammer.
Yep.
That was great.
I did like that. I like the prop.
I like the fact that she called the Joker Pudding.
I mean, that's the thing.
That's a thing.
That's her thing.
She called him Mr. J.
Yep.
So good.
Yeah.
And I believed it. Like, it wasn't just like someone saying the words. Like, she sounded like her. When she was doing those things, those antics, she sounded like Harley Quinn. If I would, close my eyes, not look at her, whatever. Like, she sounded like Harley Quinn from the cartoon. So I really, really enjoyed that. I didn't think they didn't make her, like I talked about in Wonder Woman, they didn't make her like ditzy. Like, she was legit just crazy.
Yeah.
And I love that because I'm like, usually, again, like I said in Wonder Woman, they, at the very beginning, they need to be safe, blah, blah, blah. No, she was crazy from the beginning. And I love that part because Harley Quinn is crazy. She is just, she's psychotic. And I love it.
Well, from the beginning, did she start out that way?
What do you mean?
Because when she was Dr. Harleen Quinzel, she was just like a counselor or like a psychiatric counselor for the Joker, and then she like eventually,
fell in love with him.
Yeah, she like fell in love with him.
Yeah, but that doesn't
Stockholm syndrome going on there.
But that's her story.
Yeah, like do you think she started out like with a little inclination toward being crazy? Or not? It's crazy now. Crazy's not the right word. But like do you think she had like a little bit of a something in there that he just like brought out of her in general?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've always there's a saying that psychiatrists need psychiatrists or something like that, whatever the saying is. But they say they're crazier than the people that they help, and that's fine. I mean, but that's her character, right? Like,
yeah,
it doesn't
it's definitely her character.
It doesn't bother me that if she wasn't, like, the crazy part was good. So if she wasn't crazy in the beginning, okay, fine, but she wasn't a klutz. She wasn't helpless. You know what I mean? And that's what I don't like, is when they're helpless. And
she was far from it.
That's what I mean, and that's why I liked it. And so she wasn't helpless. So even when Joker was seducing her or whatever, and at the one point Joker is like, I'm gonna make this hurt, blah blah blah, and she's like, bring it on, and I'm just like, see, that's not helpless. That's somebody who's psychotic, and I loved it. So
And I loved it.
Harley Quinn for me was a bright spot of the movie. For me.
Okay.
So
I can't tell you you're wrong for
you
that.
can't. This is Superman all over again. You can't.
I got it.
So yeah, so those are my likes.
Okay.
Your turn, sir.
Oh, all right.
Far and few between.
There were some things to like in this movie. I liked the intros that everybody got. That most of the characters got that didn't get their fucking heads blown off. Where they each got their own little moment, you know, where they got their backstory, or they did that. Everybody got like a little neon sign thing of like their headshot, or like their little like character logo or whatever. They got that, and then they got like their little stat sheet.
Yeah.
Like it showed Deadshot, like all the weapons he was proficient with, and it just like scrolled past the screen, and the screen had to like hurry to keep up with it. I like that kind of stuff. I thought that was really cool. I like the intro part of it. The music part of it is another thing I'll get to later. I like the intros. I like the showing who everybody is, because again, this wasn't a movie full of Batmans.
Right.
This was a movie full of Supermans or Wonder Womans.
Right.
This was like a lot of, I mean, it was all villains, but some of them like you might not have heard of.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I'd heard of El Diablo before this movie. Don't think I had heard of Slipknot before this movie. I had heard of Captain Boomerang because of the Flash shows.
Okay.
And other things. I had seen him in, I think, a couple of animated things. Killer Croc, of course I know from Batman games and cartoons and shit.
Right.
Deadshot, same deal, from that same stuff. And Harley Quinn, from the Batman animated series.
Right.
And anything that has had the Joker in it since then pretty much has had her in some capacity.
For the most part.
So, like, it's hard not to know.
Except for the Dark Knight.
That's fair.
Not even a mention of her.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucked.
There's not, like, it's hard to see some things and not know. Like, it's almost impossible to not know who Harley, especially if you've been into a hot topic in the last fucking 8 years. You can't not know who Harley Quinn is.
Can I say something?
Say something.
Shout out to my girlfriend. Why? She was Harley Quinn one year.
Hey,
We went to a party. There were 3 of them.
Yeah.
So we went out the night before the party to some place, I don't know, some bar, and they were having a Halloween contest. I don't have a costume, but I was wearing purple, and she was Harley Quinn. And I was like, I'm the Joker then.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And I think I ended up changing my tie because I had a suit on, but I didn't have a purple suit.
I was going to say you had a fucking purple suit on.
If I have a purple suit, I'm going to be wearing that shit every day.
Yeah, if I had a purple suit, I would be going grocery shopping in it.
Yes.
I would be.
Yes. With a green tie.
I would be doing all kinds of dumb shit in that thing.
Yeah, I had thought about going further, like dyeing my hair and stuff. Mm-hmm. Then I was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, dude, Jake,
I thought about it.
Jake has a fucking Riddler suit.
Oh, really?
Like a full-on green suit with the question marks all over it and everything.
I think I've seen a picture of it. I think I have.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so I was Joker. And then when we went to the party, I was, I don't want to tell you what I was, so it doesn't matter.
What?
I was, I had a wig, a Jamaican wig, and I had dreads and I had a tie-dye shirt. That's what I was. And I was like, this might be problematic. But I was like, okay.
I think it would be problematic if you were white.
I think so too.
Wearing that
so I was like, cool. Had sunglasses on. Yeah. What was it? I don't really care about costumes, so I don't really give a shit.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm not a huge Halloween costume guy either. One of the last, I think we talked about it in the past one. One of the last Halloween costumes I wore was a goddamn Clark Kent outfit. Because it's easy to throw together. And it was like a day of thing. I didn't like it. I wasn't proud of it, but there's probably a picture of it out there somewhere.
I'm proud of you.
I didn't care. I'm not. But then after that, I think it was Ultimate Warrior, so I was all right.
Oh, perfect.
I made up some points to myself for that.
Either way, off topic. I got you off topic.
First
Sorry.
like was the intros.
Yes.
Second like, I'm gonna go with Will Smith
Okay.
in general
Okay.
because he was if you're gonna call Margot Robbie a bright spot in this movie for you,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him a bright spot in the movie for me.
Yep.
I thought he was great. He gave some heart to his character because he was. I mean, he got the most backstory aside from Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think she got the most backstory.
No, I think he did. He had
You
to.
think so?
He had to. Because
I mean, well, I just mean because there was a bunch more. Because you got to see his daughter. You got to see the scene of him walking down the street with his daughter.
Right.
You got to see the scene of him go. I forget if it might even be the same scene where they step down the back alley and the fucking Batman swoops in and knocks him on his ass and says he doesn't want to. I don't want to do this in front of your daughter.
Fair.
And does it anyway because he took a swing at him.
Yeah.
He did it anyway.
I don't want to break your legs in front of your daughter. That's what Batman did.
And then he fucking like kicked him in the knee so hard I thought I heard a noise. It might have been my own knee making that noise in like sympathy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think it was that. Like you only saw, if I remember, you only saw like a couple scenes of that.
And then he killed that one guy in the beginning.
Yeah, and then like and his thing of killing that dude. But like you got to see several Harley Quinn and Joker flashbacks.
But see, I guess that's my point. As far as the flashbacks, it was always her and him, or him and then her.
That's fair.
Like there was a lot of Joker without her.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you can't have Harley Quinn without the Joker.
Right.
But
so,
you can definitely have the Joker without Harley Quinn.
Exactly. So it was like Deadshot, just Deadshot.
Yeah.
And then it was his family, his
That's
daughter,
fair.
his blah blah blah. And then Batman comes in one scene.
Or I shouldn't say you can't have Harley Quinn without the Joker. You can't have the origin of Harley Quinn without the Joker.
Right. So for me, it was like, okay, yeah, we did see a lot of her,
Yeah.
but it wasn't just her.
That's fair.
That's the only thing I guess I'm being.
That's
so,
fair.
But
No,
she
that's
did
a
have
good-
a lot.
That's a more reasonable point than I guess I was making. But yeah, like Will Smith, I really enjoyed. I thought his character had more heart to it.
True. I agree. Because of the daughter.
Yeah, he had some good lines. I thought he had some comedic lines. I was getting some like Men in Black flashbacks where they had him at the like table of guns, and all I could think of was him in the Men in Black training thing where he only shot one shot to that fucking kid cut out. Because she was the only one who looked like a threat with all the other aliens.
It's
like
a 12-year-old white girl in the middle of the ghetto with quantum physics books?
Something about that doesn't seem right. Look at this guy up on the pole. He's working out.
And I'd appreciate it if you back him up and back about it. Or do I owe Susie an apology?
This guy's not snarling and roaring. He's a Kleenex. He's sneezing.
He's sneezing.
He's sneezing. He's a shoot a guy for sneezing. Love it. But I got that kind of vibe off of that scene where they put all the guns in front of him and he was just like shooting holes through the heads of these targets and then continuing to shoot through those same holes.
Yeah.
And you just see like
Deadshot.
yeah, it's almost like he was a good shooting guy. Almost like he was a better version of someone with bow and arrows from a different
Let me
universe.
tell you about it.
Almost. Anywho, that was number 2. At number 3, I'll make it quick. Ben Affleck Batman, number 3. He's good.
So good.
He's so good.
He's so good.
And we said it before, and I'm going to say it in this one and the next one too. I enjoy Ben Affleck Batman, and I kind of forgot that he was in this because it's been a minute since I've seen this movie. The first time I saw it, I found it to be largely forgettable.
Yeah.
Because also I think I went into it with a negative mindset. I was like, I heard this movie sucks.
Yeah.
So let's watch this sucky movie. And I didn't want to let myself enjoy it possibly.
Yeah.
So this time I was like, you know what? Let's let it happen. And I was like, Ben Affleck Batman? Love it. Will Smith? Love it. The intros minus the music? Love it. And there were some other good parts in it.
Right.
Fucking El Diablo turning into that big fucking flaming scarecrow skeleton dude was awesome.
That was amazing.
Captain Boomerang was pretty enjoyable.
I didn't like him.
When he got fucking stuck with that knife and he steps up and pulls it out and there's just a wad of money on the end of it.
Yeah.
I like that. I didn't love him all the time. I thought like the little bits that he did shit were cool.
Yeah.
I
thought he was useless.
Killer Croc I thought was fucking pointless.
Yeah, him too.
Because they had to come up with a reason for someone to go underwater to give him something to do.
All through the movie. Nothing.
Stupid. Yeah, he like threw a guy through a car windshield and then touched no one for the rest of the fucking movie.
Nope.
Or if he did, it was like out of focus in the background with nothing else going on.
I agree with you on that one.
But we'll get to the rest of my complaints soon enough.
So,
Good things only right now.
let me
And that
tell
is
you.
those previous things.
Good things. Good things.
Also, Katana. Katana was fucking awesome.
She was a beast.
And she's in a show that I'm watching right now called The Boys, and she's really cool in that too. Same
Watch
actress. She's awesome. What's up?
I said watch it.
I am.
Yeah,
I really like
not
it.
you.
You should watch it. Everyone should maybe watch it. If you like really violent things about superheroes that are pieces of shit,
Yeah.
check it out.
No, fair. Another good thing about what you said, now I remember what my fourth like was. It was the end credits with Batman and Amanda Waller. I'm sorry, Bruce Wayne and Amanda Waller. I love that scene.
Because we're drawing distinctions between the two.
Yes.
Apparently.
We will get to it.
We'll get to it when we get to it. Math is math.
Yes.
We'll get there when we get there.
So, but I think that was more the end credits, but I still like the part I said. But yeah, I think the end scene with Batman or Bruce Wayne,
Bruce Man,
Batwayne, with Amanda Waller. I think
she
it
gives
just
him like the dossier on everybody, and like he flips through. You see like everybody in the movie.
Yeah.
Boom. The fucking Flash was in there.
Remind me. Never mind.
Oh.
Cutting that out. Never mind. So yes. Pause. Good things. All right. So those are likes. Who wants to go first on the dislikes?
You went first on the likes, so
okay.
You want to continue on the dislikes first?
It's up to you.
Go ahead.
How many you got?
I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, sort of 4.
I have 6.
Jeez.
Same.
So who else?
I don't know.
I'll go first?
You go first.
I have less. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right.
That's fine.
All right. Dislikes. I didn't care for the soundtrack. Not that I didn't enjoy some of the songs on it. It didn't give me the feelings that it gave you. It gave me feelings like, hey, another superhero team-up movie made by another company used a lot of old songs in a movie. Guardians of the Galaxy. They used a lot of old music in the movie. And it was for a reason. Because his whole thing was like he loved music, and that was his only thing that reminded him of his mom and of Earth. That was his like tie to his home planet. This movie, I didn't get that feeling. I felt like they were just like, let's fucking throw in as many popular songs as we can.
Yeah.
And I got the feeling that it was because another superhero group movie, or not even superhero, comic book group movie did it, and they were like, hey, we have another group of characters that a lot of people don't really know about. Let's use a lot of songs that a lot of people know. And it might not have been the case of it, but that's the vibe I got from it. I was like, it didn't do it for me. Some of the songs, again, like I already said, I don't really care for AC/DC, don't really care for Aerosmith.
Fair.
That's one thing. But I didn't feel like they fit the vibe.
So the only thing, I didn't even think about Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I really thought about? Megamind.
Yeah.
Megamind uses a lot of popular music in that movie.
Okay.
And that's what it reminded me of. It gets me in the feel that there's going to be a fight, like those songs. And I'm not saying you have to, but just for me, it feels like there's going to be a fight. Like that TNT Dynamite, like that sounds like it. Like the Eminem song sounds like it. Like the very beginning song, I wish I remember what it was.
House of the Rising Sun was the first song in that movie, in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's like a good intro. Like, I don't know. That's just me.
I don't think it's a bad song or a bad intro song, but they went from House of the Rising Sun to You Don't Own Me to Sympathy for the Devil, like within the first 7 minutes, I think it was. They went from 1 to 1 to 1. And to me, it was just like, rather than here's some music, they were like, here's a shit ton of fucking music.
Yeah.
Right in your face.
Yeah.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Same.
Music. And I was like, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
But in this one, I felt like it didn't fit. Yeah.
That's fair.
And that's me.
That's fair.
That's my opinion.
I can't tell you what you can dislike.
That's fair. You can tell me you think I'm wrong. And I can't tell you that you're wrong for thinking that.
Right.
But that's what I thought.
Fair.
So that's my first one. Second one.
Let me guess.
All right. Let's do it. Margot Robbie. Harley Quinn. I didn't dig it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, there were times that she really did sound like the character from the show. I felt like there were also times where she didn't. I felt like there were times where she was kind of like slipping in and out of it.
Agreed.
I didn't like I didn't like the Hot Topic Halloween costume Harley Quinn that was in the movie. Because, they did the old costume, they showed it, and, not every comic book movie, the character has to look exactly like it always has. Because the Joker sure did not.
Because it's impractical.
Yeah. Because some of those, the old Joker costume, is a dude in a suit, that's fine. But in this one, like a girl in a full fucking latex, or not even latex, like a clown suit, not necessarily the most marketable thing.
Yeah, no.
In a comic book, it's one thing, but in a movie with like a person who has to wear that, even if you CGI'd it, it might not be. It's probably not going to be marketable.
Fair.
You know what is marketable? A woman in a mostly wet shirt for most of the movie and some fucking shorty shorts.
Yep.
And if that's what you're selling, people are buying it.
Listen, they are selling sex.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that's the reason. I guess I'm not. It's not my dislike. So you go.
Okay. Well, to go along with it, it's not the movie's fault.
Right.
It's the whole thing of as soon as the movie came out and those scenes made the hit or made the thing, everyone's like, "Oh, I want to love like Joker and Harley Quinn."
Yep.
And yeah, we've talked about it. Me and my fiance have talked about it. It's not. It's not reasonable. It's
almost had Slushie coming out of my
nose. It's just stupid because it's not a healthy relationship. And I know it's a comic book and nothing in it's real, and you're not supposed to base your life or your decisions on things in comic books, but lots of people do.
But they were, yeah. That's the problem.
And people are like, "Oh, I want to love like them." It was fucking abusive. It was abusive, and it was abusive, and it was manipulating. It was people using each other. And it wasn't healthy. And it's not the movie's fault. It's not the character's fault that people decided that they should model anything on that.
Yep, agreed.
And
I agree with you on all those
I got a little off topic on that one. Margot Robbie, I didn't dig it.
Yeah.
I liked the when she had the fucking hammer, the mallet out, and that was great. But then she didn't use it the rest of the movie. She had a bat.
She never used it.
Which is also fine. The bat, I didn't mind. It's a blunt instrument. They could have had her out there with that mallet knocking the heads off those fucking rock dudes just as well or better than Will Smith was shooting them to death with a myriad of guns. And while we're on it. People were out there with a dude had fucking boomerangs. Will Smith had every gun in his pockets, and they were killing him in a couple of swings or a couple of shots. Harley Quinn was just swinging for the fences with a wooden bat, and you could hear it like that wooden bat sound when you hit a fucking ball, and they were dropping. And these dudes were like, their heads looked kind of squishy, but when they fell apart, they looked like they were made out of rocks. Yeah. She was just batting them, and they were crumbling.
Yeah.
And I know suspension of disbelief is one thing, but god damn it, when I don't like it, I'm going to talk about it.
Home run.
When it bothers me, I'm going to bring it up.
No, listen, I agree with you, and we said that during the movie, and I was like, so Deadshot, who's a Deadshot, has to shoot these.
And Harley Quinn, who's a Harley Quinn. And Killer Croc, who's a killer alligator.
So, yeah, he's a Deadshot. He has to shoot these creatures 3 times before they die.
Yeah.
And Harley Quinn hits him once with a bat for the fences.
Knocking
them
out
of the
park.
Like, oh, man, we're out.
Yeah. She's going Barry Bonds on these fucking rock soldiers, and they're falling apart.
Same steroids.
Might have been.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been.
So either way, yeah, I listen, I don't agree with the reason why you dislike it.
Okay.
I just, for the reasons that you do like it, that makes me like it that much more.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not like, because like, she was doing the very high-pitched girly voice, Mr. J.
Sometimes.
Like, sometimes. Then she had like a Brooklyn accent.
Yeah, sometimes.
Like a couple times. And then it was like, hey,
normal
she's kind of, I think she's Australian or something. So that kind of came out a little bit.
Yeah, she's like slipping in and out of it.
Yeah, like so her voice acting needs work.
If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. I'm not in movies, so I'm not. It's not my spot to give anybody tips on acting.
Fair.
But I feel like if you want someone to play, but I'm gonna. If you're supposed to sound like somebody, I feel like you should sound like somebody for the whole movie.
Agreed. I agree with you on that, and that's on her and the producers and whatnot. But I will say, the only reason why I would look forward to the movie I'm going to say is to see if her accent got better. And that's Birds of Prey. Because I'm not looking forward to watching it.
No?
Yeah. No, I'm down. No. I'm never. There's nothing about that movie that makes me think, I'll watch this.
We're going to get there, though, right?
Oh, we ain't going to watch it. Either way.
We all got to do things we don't agree with for the sake of the crap.
Man of Steel.
Hey.
So that was your third
That was my second. That was only two.
Ooh.
That was only number two. Number three, Enchantress.
Yeah.
The like de facto kind of bad guy villain.
Okay.
And actually, I guess I'd only say I have four. I have three dislikes because it kind of ties into my fourth one. The way the movie was marketed.
Yeah.
When they were showing trailers and everything for the movie, I got the sense that most of the characters, and this is me misinterpreting the trailer, most of the characters they were showing were like on the same side.
Yep.
Because like as far as my knowledge of DC Comics, as I've said before, is not that extensive compared to other things in life. The Joker was the biggest name villain in the movie that I saw.
Yes.
So I immediately was like, oh, he's the threat. He's the Avengers level threat that they're putting together this team for. And he was not it. It was her. And at first she was, said to be part of the team. When she was going, June Moon was the person who was possessed by the Enchantress was going to be part of the team.
Yes.
At the beginning. And she became the villain. Like her and her spirit brother became the villains.
To be fair, I liked her brother.
The brother was sweet.
But I liked her brother.
Brother was pretty cool.
He was.
Because he had to get put down by a giant fire monster that was El Diablo. That was pretty damn cool. This is like the fourth time we've said it. Because it bears repeating.
Same. Agreed.
But yeah, the marketing and trailers fooled me. They fooled me.
I don't think you misinterpreted the trailer at all.
Okay.
I think they marketed that way. Okay, it was another reason why I thought Batman was going to be in it more.
Yeah.
So I thought he was like the good guy.
Because he was in it a little bit.
But in the trailer they showed him a couple times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this guy's going to be in it,
And
he was only in it twice.
The movie.
That was every single time. I was like, oh, fuck me. Like, whatever. And then they marketed Joker.
And Harley Quinn. Pretty hard.
I'm pretty sure in the trailer I didn't see Croc, Diablo, Boomerang, or Slipknot.
Definitely didn't see Slipknot. Might have seen Captain Boomerang.
You barely saw him in the movie.
Well, you barely fucking saw him. He didn't. He really needed to be in the movie.
He didn't.
But yeah.
But we had to see the effects of the bomb.
Yeah. The way that it was marketed gave me the impression that Joker is going to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
And that he was also going to be, not that he wasn't pretty prominent in it, but that he would be more prominent.
Yes.
And apparently Jared Leto thought he was going to be more prominent also.
Everybody thought.
Because he apparently went fucking psycho to play this role. And not that,
What did you think of the Joker?
I didn't think he was that bad.
Right.
I didn't think he was worth making yourself into a crazy person to play this character.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Because apparently that's what he did. Like, he did the whole method acting thing. Like, he was mailing people dead animals.
Yeah, I heard
and
about
he was
that.
being a fucking ludicrous individual to deal with.
Yeah.
I don't think that was necessary. I mean, granted, they apparently shot a lot more footage than they used in this movie.
Exactly.
So I didn't see all of it. So maybe some of it was really good and worthwhile.
Yeah, there was some stuff in the trailer that they didn't even show in the movie.
A lot of it was just like that weird fucking laugh he was doing.
You didn't like it?
I didn't hate it, but I also didn't love it.
True.
So it was like I was kind of middling on it because there's time. I mean, an unnerving laugh is the Joker, but there were times I found it just a little more like
forced.
Yeah, kind of forced. And just like a little annoying as opposed to off-putting or like cringe-inducing. It's like sometimes it just didn't do it.
The funny thing is, it reminded me of Nicholson's laugh, especially when he dies. When he dies and it's the thing in his pocket, and that's what it reminds me of. Or when Joker comes in and he's clapping, Heath Ledger's Joker, and he comes in and he's like, he has like a very like ha ha, and he's clapping at the same time. And I don't remember what part that is, but that's what it kind of reminded me of.
Okay, that's fair.
And that's why, yeah. But either way,
yeah. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Like the villain didn't turn out to be who I thought it would be. And I don't mind a good twist.
Right.
But the fact that it was like, I felt like it was less of a twist and more of a, here's a character that is the bad guy that no one's probably fucking heard of, but we don't want them to think that they are, because what if they don't go see it because of that? Because where's the money in like characters people have heard of for fighting somebody they haven't heard of?
All facts.
And we'll get to that in another movie also, sort of. But I guess sort of, but not really, in another one. Because I didn't really know who Steppenwolf is. Spoiler alert, we're doing Justice League next. I didn't really know who Steppenwolf was in DC because again, I'm not as familiar with it.
Yeah.
Apparently he's kind of a bigger deal, but I didn't know who he was.
So yeah, we'll talk about that.
So we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But we're sticking with this one for now.
Okay.
And those are my dislikes.
All right. Time to get to my million dislikes.
Do it. Do it.
First, so I'm going to read you what I wrote.
Verbatim.
Batman. They made him so good, but no movie.
Like no solo movie?
No solo movie.
And he's not going to get one.
And he's definitely not getting one. Ben
Affleck Batman is not going to get one. Affleck is not getting his own movie.
Let me tell you why I wrote that. So I wrote Batman when he first showed up. I was like, that's my dislike. Because I was like, I didn't write in my likes. Because even though I liked seeing him, he wasn't in it enough.
Yeah.
And why put him in it at all? Batman is not a throwaway character. Now, here's the thing. I love Superman. I also love Batman. Neither of those two people are throwaway characters.
Agreed.
You do not throw them away, which is going to go, I'm going to try to go quick on my likes. I have a lot on my dislikes because I have a lot. But that goes into one of my other dislikes. Not enough Joker. Those are not throwaway characters.
Yeah.
Literally, Joker was the second villain. He wasn't, because if you think about it, he did try to break up the team to save Harley.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't care if they died. You know what I mean? So, he was definitely also the villain that they had to fight and to keep her there.
For like a second.
So, you cannot throw away Batman, Superman, or the Joker in a DC comic.
You wouldn't think so.
Why would you do that?
You wouldn't think so until they do it.
Give me a cameo of them. Cool. But do not throw them away as if they're just not characters. And that's annoying to me. And it was so, and I'll tell you, so I wrote Batman. Then I wrote, they made him so good, but no movie. Why do I think they made him so good? Let me tell you. When he jumped in the water to save Harley Quinn, and he put on that breathing apparatus, I was like, Batman's so good.
Chef kiss. I think you did the little chef kiss
did.
when you go over the water.
I did, because I saw the thing that he put on his mouth so he can breathe underwater. Like, Batman, that's the thing about Batman. I don't hate Batman, but he has a ton of gadgets.
Yeah.
And I love that. So, if you bring out his gadgets, where the fuck is his movie? I want to see his movie. DC? So, either way.
I would do. I'd watch it. Because he will have been in Batman vs. Superman, this, Wonder Woman, or at least Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne.
Justice League.
Suicide Squad.
The Flash movie. He will be. Is he an Aquaman? Or do you not want to spoil anything for me?
Don't remember.
Okay. So that's at least 5 movies.
Yeah.
That he will be in.
And how many was the Authority character? That's the point. Like,
but none of them are his own movie.
No. When has that ever happened?
Even Batman vs. Superman. Not his movie.
Not his movie. So, either way, I'm off of that. So, those are my two dislikes. Not enough Joker, not enough Batman. Batman was so good, but no movie. It's a dislike. We talked about this in Man of Steel, and it was one of your dislikes for Man of Steel. This is my dislike for this movie. This movie was 2 hours long. I thought it was only an hour and a half, but it's 2 hours long. And we spent an hour on backstory.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It happened in not the Incredible Hulk, but the Hulk. The first one that came out in like 2003.
Oh shit, who was that?
Shoot.
Eric Bana?
Yeah, Eric Bana. Yeah.
Eric Banner.
Like, and I wasn't mistaken about that, because I remember watching it. I never watched it again. But I remember someone saying, like, no, he was in the very beginning. He was in the beginning. And he didn't show up again for like another hour. So either way, I understand there's a lot of characters we don't know. But you know what I never got a backstory of? Clint.
You know, he didn't want a backstory.
Clint. Until Endgame. I'm not gonna lie. Until Endgame.
Oh, I did. I
When this
wanted
kid
even
showed up.
less then because they fucking put mayonnaise on hot dogs.
Listen, that was his
Get outta
wife.
here.
She got dusted
And
could have
she
stayed
got what
dusted.
she deserved.
So,
Ugh.
yeah, the backstory, I hated it. I really did. I didn't like all the, like, it was cool that they showed, like, all the guns and stuff, and that's funny, you know, kind of like comic booky, kind of video gamey, fine. But don't take an hour. But you have to take an hour because you're introducing 10 characters that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Everybody was new, including Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
So now you have to take us through all the Suicide Squad, even the one guy who doesn't get a backstory. You still have to show him. Then you have to tell us about Amanda Waller. Then you have to tell us about Rick Flag and Enchantress. And then you got to tell us that they fell in love, which is my other dislike, and I'm going to put that in it. I did not care that they were together.
Yeah.
No interest whatsoever.
Because it really didn't impact anything.
That was
his motivation.
That was the motivation for the whole, like, story.
Yeah.
Was him being in love with this lady, and she turned into an enchantress, and then he had to save her. Because, of course, he's a human, and he's going to save his witch of a wife, and I don't mean witch in a bad way, I mean an actual witch.
And he has to save her.
And he has to save her, because, you know, she's not some thousands, actually, they showed her age when they showed her up. She was 6,373 years old.
Oh. You were paying way closer attention than I was.
Yeah, because I hated it. Because I actually,
what can I pick,
I just looked.
What can I pick apart in this
Oh,
movie?
absolutely. So those are two more. There's two more, backstory and the love story. I could care less. I wanted two more.
Do it.
I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do first. I'm going to do the Croc.
Oh.
It's not that I hated him.
Croc is shit.
It's not that he was unimportant.
Because he was.
It's not that he didn't have anything to do.
Because he didn't.
They made him stereotypically black. Hated it.
Fair.
He was a Croc. I don't care about any of that. I didn't need to know that he was a black dude. But they made it so, and it was stereotypical. Like, it wasn't, okay, so the guy who played him, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's an African guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was in, like, shows like The Wire or whatever. But he was, like, stereotypical, like, what up, homies? Like, really? You're a crocodile. What the fuck are you talking about like that for?
Maybe that's how, I've never talked to a crocodile. I just know that they'll see you. I just know they'll see you in a while. That's all
What do the gators sound like? Hello, my fellows.
What up, fellow alligators?
So they made him too black. And another way, so he shows up, he talks like a homie, which is whatever that is. And then they put him in this, they give him a chain, I believe. And they give him like a velour outfit with a hoodie.
Like his little, like, his hoodie jumpsuit thing. Yeah, I saw that.
Didn't like that.
And
Didn't like that. I was like, okay.
I was gonna point it out, but at the same time, I was like,
I was like, okay. This is
just another part of this movie.
Well, let me tell you what else.
At the end,
everything he was talking, yeah, that's a gangster bitch, or something he said about Amanda Waller. And I was like, really?
It wasn't wrong.
Who talks like that, though? No one. Like, I was like, okay, fine. Okay. So let's keep going. Hey, you guys saved the day. We want some assurances. 10 years off your sentence. He's like, well, I want BET in my prison cell. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm over it. That honestly, that killed the entire movie for me.
Fair.
I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, no.
Killer Croc. Why?
His real name was Waylon Jones. If I'm gonna stereotype somebody, I'm like, okay, he's a black dude because his name is Waylon Jones. I don't know anybody. Waylon could be whatever, but Jones, I think of a black guy. I don't know if that's fair or not, but what I didn't like? The fact that you made him like a homie, like a whatever. It's just like, where I'm from. Okay. Let me tell you what we don't talk like, but either way. Let me get off my soapbox. Anyway, my last one was The Mission. I understand why it was the mission because she was controlling the mission, but it was when they went to save Amanda Waller. That was the mission.
Yeah. Surprise.
Okay, fair. She was not trapped. She was not trapped when they brought everybody together.
No.
So why'd they bring everybody together? Because I still don't know.
Yeah.
Because the Enchantress was still there before they brought everybody together.
Yeah.
She was in the room when they were talking about bringing everybody together. What were they being brought together for? I don't know. I have no direction on any of that. The mission. Hated it. Hated it. Because again, there's no direction. I don't know where they were going before. Okay, Batman versus Superman, even though it was, hey, Martha, and then we team up, at least I know why they teamed up.
Yeah.
They teamed up to stop Abomination. That was the name? Doomsday.
Doomsday, yeah.
I never know his
I
fucking
almost
name.
said Endgame. They could have stopped that if they fucking wanted to.
Classic. I understand why they team up. With Justice League, hey, we don't know what's out there. All this shit is happening because of, Superman is dead, which I think we know that because we did Batman vs Superman.
Yep.
So, hey, let's team up because we don't know what else is out there. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
This one, it was like, hey, Superman's gone. We don't know what's out there, so let's get a group of criminals together to save us.
Who couldn't handle Superman anyway.
My God, they can barely handle each other.
Yeah.
Let alone Superman.
No. They would have no chance against Superman. Would they throw a fucking boomerang at him?
Batman caught them all except for the Flash caught Boomerang.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do with Superman?
Nothing.
If the Flash can catch you, not even in a race. But if he's putting you down, what are you gonna do with Superman?
Nothing.
So I was like,
you're gonna hit him with a wooden bat. He's gonna fucking crumble to pieces.
Right. So those are my dislikes.
And those are 100% reasonable.
Yeah, I hated it.
Because well, with that being said,
absolutely,
it's time for the old Slushie meter.
Brought to you by Gas Station Redacted. Way.
Drawn down that way.
You go first.
All right. Let's see. I gave Man of Steel a 2. I think. I'm gonna give this one. Honestly, I'm gonna give it a 2.
Fair.
Because
I told you it wasn't worse.
It had some
better.
It was more fun to watch than Man of Steel.
Fair.
But I still didn't really enjoy it.
Agreed.
Because there were there were some things to like. But again, Man of Steel had some things to like.
Fair.
But this one had things to like, but also had way more things that I just didn't care for. And then I thought were just not done great. Not that I could do them better.
Absolutely
I'm
not.
not a filmmaker. Yeah. I don't make films.
That's okay. Critics are critics.
Yeah, exactly. That's not what we get paid for. We get paid for to make movies. We get paid to not get paid and still have opinions about these things and express them on the internet.
Fair.
And by gum, that's what I'm going to do. 2. It's a 2 for me, and I'm not going any higher.
That's fair.
I can't do it.
Yeah, honestly, if I never watch this movie again, I'd be okay.
Yeah. Same.
Unless they come out with there was a thing on the internet that said that David Ayer's cut, like I guess because there's more Joker, and they said that there's another movie out there, and I don't know if that's the case, but that's a rumor on the internet.
Well, what's up with DC movies and there being like 2 versions of them?
Because I don't know, the directors are trash. I don't know.
They shoot like 6 hours of movie and decide which 3 they're going to make into the theater cut, or which 2 they're going to make into the theater cut, and then the rest of them are their own movie that stand alone.
If I had to guess, and this is purely a guess, I think the people watching Marvel movies understand the movies they're making. I think, for example, my girlfriend doesn't like Marvel movies. She's come around a lot because we watch them together, and I did a lot of exposition so she could like them.
Same. Megan at one point told me she didn't really like the Marvel movies, but then we watched fucking Endgame, we watched Ragnarok and Endgame, and we watched Ragnarok and Infinity War and Endgame in the span of like 10 hours.
Yeah.
And
It's about how long it takes for those three.
I mean, there was some sleep sprinkled in there in between. But yeah, like she still didn't think they were the greatest thing on the world, which that's fair. But she enjoyed them at least, I think.
So, like, I understand the critiques of the movies, but like I try to tell people, if you don't like the Marvel movies, okay, that's fine. But if you tell me you don't like them because they're not realistic, then that's dumb. Because it's superheroes and aliens and things we don't.
Who goes to a comic book movie for realism?
Exactly, and that's the point. And that's people's gripe. There's a lot of people who don't like Marvel movies or superhero movies because they're not realistic. It's like, okay, you're not the target audience.
Yeah.
So I got that. And I think people who make Marvel movies know that.
Yeah.
They know what you're getting. They know that you have to kind of suspend some belief and be like, okay, well, they just skipped a couple planets. Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy, like the names in the the names in the whatever. So it's like you know what you're getting. With DC, I think the people who sign off on these movies want it to be much more. They're trying to teach a lesson, and that's not what people want. No one wants.
What do you think the lesson is?
I don't know, because that's how I'm not watching it for that. You know what I mean? Like, I understand, like, Man of Steel was super long and super exposition-y, but it was also, if you think about it, they were trying to teach a lot of lessons, hope and this and this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, we got it. We understand what you know what I mean? Even Batman vs. Superman, it was still like, hey, we have a lot in common. And blah, blah. Like, it's just, I think they're not, and so the next movie we're going to see, I think they did a better job.
Mm-hmm.
But either way.
Agreed.
Let me give you my Slushie.
Fully agree.
With all my dislikes.
I feel like you're not undercut me here.
I'm not, and that's why I was like, shoot, I should have let him go first. Because now I have something in my head, like I should have just went. I don't want to go lower. I wanted to say 2.5. I wanted to.
Okay.
But I don't think it's average. I think it's below average. So I'm going to go 2 as well.
Yeah. I was going to go higher. I was going to go 2.25, but then I was like, actually, no, I can't.
I thought about doing 2.25.
I can't in good conscience go above a 2.
Yeah, but I don't want to give it a 2.25 just because I thought it was a 2.5 at one point.
I couldn't give it a 2.25 just because it didn't have Superman in it. I couldn't give it a bump just because it didn't have Superman.
No, that's fair.
I couldn't.
And that's the thing, like, I don't. Yeah, no.
I'm keeping myself honest.
No, and that's fair. And that's honestly the first time, and I know we talked about this. The first time I watched Justice League, or not, what is this movie called? Suicide Squad?
It's memorable, isn't it?
That's it. The first time I watched Suicide Squad, I said to myself, this movie is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Joker was amazing.
I'm pretty sure I saw you soon after the movie came out, after not seeing you for a little bit. And you told me about the movie and how good it was. And I was like, man, all I've heard about is how it's not that great.
Yeah.
And then you talked it up. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Like, once it's on something for me to, like, stream or rent, I'll give it a shot. And I did.
Sorry.
And I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
What movie did he see?
Not this one.
Not this
the
one.
DC cut. No, and then I watched it again, and I was like, oh, I don't like any of this. Because of the reasons why I said it, that's why I have to give it a 2. You're not even average. Because here's my thing. Amanda Waller, who's a good character, the soundtrack, who is the soundtrack, and even though I like Harley Quinn, again, she had some dislikes that I didn't like either. All those things, what's your best thing about the movie? You have none. So you have to be a 2, if not lower. And that's why I think it's the worst movie that DC put out. Ooh, that's just me. And it could have been better, but it's not.
There it is.
So
it could have been a lot of things, but it wasn't.
So much potential. So yeah, 2s all around.
Fair.
Raise your glasses. Either way.
Here.
So with that being said,
it's over.
It is. Oh my God, it is over. Suicide Squad is in the books. That was our review, our Slushie review, brought to you by Gas Station Redacted Way.
Fast way. Fast direction.
Slushie. Review of our DC series. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point.
Part 4.
DC EU series Part 4, Suicide Squad. Would you tell people to go see it? Would you recommend it?
Once again, I'm not. I think I said on Man of Steel. I'm not going to tell you not to see a movie because, like, I think people's time is more valuable or less valuable than whatever it is.
Fair.
If you liked it, you liked it. I didn't happen to like it, so I wouldn't recommend myself to go see it again. At least.
Would you say, hey, here's my only copy of Suicide Squad. You should watch this.
I would give you my only copy of Suicide Squad and say you can keep this.
Exactly.
And
So
the person I'm handing it to is a fucking garbage can.
If you were an extra in this movie, I would say watch it.
If I had stock at DC and
this movie,
I made money every time the movie got played, I would put it on loop. I wouldn't watch it.
I would not recommend it.
I'd put it on loop in like a portable DVD player and put it in a closet and mute it.
I would not recommend
Wouldn't watch it. Fair.
So there's that.
Yeah.
All right. So either way, guys, thank you for tuning in for this episode. Tune in next week. Will be part 5, Justice League. That's it for us. Follow us at Slushie Review on Twitter. If you have any questions,
Slushie with an IE.
Slushie with an IE, yes. Lushie Review. Don't ask me how to spell that.
But also, I think review is an IE also.
I think so. Either way, we're just rambling at this point.
It's the whole show. The whole show is just us babbling incoherently. Sitting there and drinking sugary drinks.
That's fair. Either way. We'll see you next week, guys.
Yes.
This has been Keith.
This has been Chris.
All right.